Hello everybody, this is Willow here, merry meet to you all. So I'm here with another video for education on things about us witches. So today's topic that I'm doing for my channel is about our Sabbath and season we celebrate, which is the Imbolc. So I'm just going to be bringing you some general information on what the Imbolc is and why we celebrate it, and it will give you some information about BRIGID, which is also known as Bridget, which is the goddess that is associated with the season. CANNANOS is also known to be attributed with the season also, but not as associated as what Bridget is. So I hope that you do find this video informative and interesting. I hope that it helps you to understand a little bit more about this magical seasonal celebration that we celebrate. And I hope that you enjoy. Don't forget to like, support, and show your love, guys. It really does help us as content creators and people that educate you. Very much will be loved and respected for that. So I'm going to turn off my camera and I'm going to read you the information of the stuff that I have. And there will be some lovely Imbolc pictures showing up on the screen. So a merry meet to all of you. It's really nice to see you. And let's get on with the show. What is the spiritual meaning of the Imbolc? So we're going to reach the midpoint of the winter, marked by the cross-quarter day of the Imbolc. Traditionally, Imbolc begins at sundown on February the 1st and continues through till February the 2nd. Imbolc is an ancient Celtic holiday celebrating the very first strings of new life, the earliest breaths of spring. Even though there may still be snow on the ground where some of you are, even if it's freezing cold outside, we are beginning to feel the very earliest hints and signs of spring rising and into our spirits too. Obviously, she is stirring Mother Earth and Mother Nature after months of, habitation and lots of rest. And life is now starting to begin and stir, obviously, my angels. Depending on where you are living, you may be seeing the first spring flowers beginning to show signs of life. You may see crocus and daffodils rising up through the earth. Spiritually, this is a time of new life coming into manifestation. You may only be seeing the tiniest hints and signs of life above the surface, but things are really beginning to stir in the darkness. Just like nature is beginning to awaken after its dormant period, we are also reawakening with new dreams and exciting new plans and ideas of our bodies are opening to new beginnings and changes. This time of year, our spirits are beginning to stretch and shake off the winter, and with this awakening comes a much needed cleansing of ourselves and our home. When those new flowers begin to poke their heads through the dirt, it stirs a desire to clear the ground of dead growth and the old that serves no more. It is a time to rid the old ways and let new growth start sprouting amongst the dead, twisted old branches and silent lands. Symbolic brings this final cleansing for our spirits as well. This is the time to clear out the old clutter and things that died within us during winter in order to prepare for the exciting new growth to come to us all. These last few months of turning inwards and descending into darkness, we're all about to identify the things within us that we're ready to let go of. Those twisted old branches and dead leaves that we're finally ready to clear away, this is the time to really let those things go once and for all. Time for the new you. Often that means Imbolc is a time of real transition and change. This is a time of leaving what is safe and comfortable in order to grow more fully into yourself. Talking about the growth and change and letting go of things that no longer serve us with anticipation and excitement, but the reality is change is really hard and can be scary too. We are beings with habits. We like things that are familiar and comfortable. Real change requires us to let go of all that unwanted. We have to set aside what we know and step into the new way of being. And we all know that can be really uncomfortable for some of us. Symbolic is a time of facing these challenges. It's a time for you being tested. Do you have the strength required to make real, lasting change? You can leave what is safe, comfortable, and familiar in order to grow more fully in yourself. I think that's a good idea, don't you? Because this is also the time when your winter dreams are beginning to stir with new life. These last couple of months, you've been dreaming up new vision, plans, and ideas for your life in the year ahead. These dreams are hopeful and exciting, and they've lit the fires of creativity and inspiration with you. The fire will give you the strength to walk through this challenging time of being tested by change. Like the groundhog that makes headlines this time of year, we are beginning to poke our heads out of our own inner worlds. This is the time to begin to bring your own inner work, those dreams and changes you've been dreaming about, out into the world and to reality. And in the beautiful divine brilliance of nature, the growing energy of the season is supporting you in that powerful work. I do hope that you're able to embrace the time of the new beginnings and of change, because this is how your spirits grow and evolve, even when it really is really uncomfortable, especially within its when it is uncomfortable to you in your mind and in your spirit. I know that change can be quite dormant and quite scary, but it's very important to realize that we always have to keep evolving and becoming more to be able to be the true beings we want to be, which is why sometimes we can feel a bit groggy and a bit held back because we don't let ourselves reach our full potential. So below, I listed a few journal prompts to help you take into the energy of the embolic and reflect on what's happening spiritually at this time of year and happening to you. It's time to think about your rituals, your creations, your honor, and to celebrate this secret, sensational day and to tap into the transformational power that you have within. And I send you lots of bright embolic blessings. And I hope that you are enjoying this month. And I hope that you are enjoying the month of change and opportunity. And don't forget to give your love and gratitude to our beautiful goddess, Brigid. Bridget. Moving on to the next part. So I've got some journal prompts for the Imbolc that you can listen to and try to understand a little bit more. While you've been cooped up over winter, what has been growing and stirring within you? What have you been seeing? What have you been feeling? Have you been getting things through vision? Do you feel that energies and things are connecting with you? If so, take notice of them. Note down what you're seeing, because in the end, keep going back over your work and your writings you're writing. Some understanding and a clearer picture more than likely will show. What tiny buds of new life are beginning to appear from those winter dreams? What new beginnings are you experiencing? So, what do you feel are growing in you, making you want to go towards something greater and better? What would you say that you're experiencing in life that is new and different? Also, writing those feelings and emotions down, thinking about them, and if not sure about everything you're seeing, connecting with your deities and energies can help you to have a better understanding of what is being shown. What are the projects and plans you'd like to bring to life over the next few months? Are there plans, ideas, births of new projects? Is there something you want to do in a business or something you want to do with your family? Is there something you want to do with your home? Is there more things you want to bring into your spirituality or into your practices? This is most definitely the time to be thinking and manifesting that into reality. Do you notice that there are changes currently taking place in you and around you? If so, take note of everything you see. Again, you can jot this down and just take notice and focus on what you see, feel, and hear. And again, talk to your deities, your guides, your protectors, those that can help you and give you knowledge. So now I'm just going to talk to you a bit about our embolic altars and what they're used for. So I hope that you enjoy this bit. Setting up your embolic altar, paganism and Wicca. It's embolic, and that's a SABBET, where many pagans choose to honour the Celtic goddess Brigid in her many aspects. However, other than having a giant statue of Brigid on your altar, there are a number of ways you can set up for your season, depending on how much space you have. You can try some or even all of these ideas. Obviously, someone using a bookshelf as an altar will have less flexibility than someone using a table. But use what calls the most to you. That's the most important. Work in an element that you feel comfortable in. Did you know the embolic Sabbath season is often associated with the colours red, green, and white? Because embolic is a harbinger of spring. Any plants that symbolize these new growths are appropriate. You can decorate your altar with items that represent the goddess Brigid, such as candles, a corn dole, chalice, and cauldrons of healing herbs. And also the Brigid cross. Do not forget about that as well. Traditionally, the colours red and white are associated with Brigid. The white is the colour of the blanket of snow, and the red symbolises the rising sun. In some traditions, the red is connected with the blood of life. Bridget is also tied to the colours green, both for the green mantle she wears and for the life growing beneath the earth. Decorate your altar with a white cloth and drop a swath of red across it. Add green candles in candle holders. If you're somebody that does other spiritual practices, it's like you like to do sewing, knitting, if you like to do artwork, you could make your own forms of artwork and things that you can put up onto your altars as well. And you can put the colours in there that represent Brigid and the season of Imbolc. Brigid is green, red and white, and the stitching is gold. So even bringing the representation of some gold into your aspects as well. Like I said, you can do pictures, you can do your sewing, some knitting, whatever you feel, something really cute and small that you can put on there to just associate and to dedicate you and Brigid together. Brigid is also known for loving poetry, so honouring her by actually writing a poetry letter to her, it helps to bring that hearth into your home and to bring that change in a pleasant way. You may also choose to use colours representative of the upcoming spring seasons, pastel colours like lavender, pale pink, light green and robin egg blue. Beginning of new life. Altar decor should reflect the theme of the Sabbath because Imbolc is a harbinger of spring. Any plants that symbolise the new growth are appropriate. Add potted bulbs. Don't worry if they're not blooming yet, and spring flowers such as forsythia, crocus, daffodils and snowdrops are really good to put onto the altars. If you don't have much luck planting bulbs, think about making a Brigid crown as a centerpiece. It comes with flowers and candles together. Just using your flowers, putting your little candles in there. They can be the artificial ones. It's however you wish to do them, but just be safe, fire safe if you're going to do the natural way. So the Celtic designs for it. Brigid is, after all, a goddess of Celtic people. So it is always appropriate to add some sort of Celtic design to your altar. Consider adding a Brigid cross or any other item incorporating Celtic knotwork. If you happen to have a Celtic cross, don't worry. If you happen to have a Celtic cross, don't worry about the fact that it's also a Christian symbol. If it feels right on your altar, go ahead and add it. Interestingly, Brigid is one of the very few Celtic deities who has made her way into African tradition religions. In Hatim, Voodoo, and the New Orleans voodoo religions, she is assimilated into Mormon Brigid. When Scottish and Irish Indulters, servants, and mostly women, were transported to the Caribbean and North America, if your magical path is rooted in a ATR, you can work with Brigid in her guise of Mammon Brigid during the Imbolc season. So if you're somebody that is of a black religion and you have certain ways and you do worship and you have your form and way of working with her, then please bring that into your altar. So here are some of the symbols of Brigid. Cauldrons or chalices. She's often connected to sacred wells and springs due to her association with healing waters. A small anvil or hammer. Brigid is the goddess of smithcraft. A Brigid corn doll and Prepik wand. a sacred animal such as a cow, sheep, or a swan, a goddess statue. You can find some beautiful statuary of Brigid or other spring deities in your tradition. A book of poetry or a poem you've written. Brigid is the patroness of poets. Fairies, in some traditions, Brigid is the sister of the Fae. Healing herbs, she is often connected to healing rites. Baked goods, especially those made with egg and dairy products. Lots of candles or a cauldron with a small fire in it. As the goddess of dormancy and the hearth, she is associated with the fire and the braziers. Be sure to place your altar in a spot where you'll be able to see it at work within it, even if it's just a quick acknowledgement during the Sabbath season. Just remember that when you are doing any seasons and Sabbats, you're putting out your amulets, your chalices, your offerings, your crystals, your incense, your statues and other things that you may have dedicating to Brigid. CANNANOS is another energy that is very much associated with the Imbolc, which is the male side. He is also very nature orientated. Obviously, Imbolc is very, very much about nature as well, because it's where Mother Earth is stirring Mother Nature also to come back and bring birth and new waves. So that's why we're seeing the birth of new plants, new trees, and so on. So when doing this, just always remember to show your dedication, your love and respect to your deities and to Brigid, and thank the Imbolc for the energies of the change and for your new beginnings and for taking away all that does not serve you anymore, whether that's negative energy or just something that doesn't serve you or work for you anymore, or maybe you had plans or ideas that you were working on, and then going through the dark season, which is the winter, where you're resting and, retaliating, ready for the new year. You'll start to see that some of those things maybe have come to light, that they're not good for you and they're not needed anymore. So you would be using that sort of energy to remove this such thing. So it's really good to make sure that you do thank the Imbolc, you thank Brigid, you thank CANNANOS, you thank any of your other deities that are associated to this season also. Remember that being a spiritual practitioner, whether you're a witch, a wizard, a shaman, or any other form of spiritual practitioner, remember the craft is about enjoying it, and it's special and it's secret to you. Even though I'm very comfortable with being open and speaking out about many of the things I do take into consideration the things that are secret to me, and I do not share them with others. So always just be wise in your knowledge and your wisdom that you're given, and be respectful. Enjoy your time with your deities. Take notice of your deities. Work with your deities. They are always there and waiting for you to communicate with them. That's what's very important about this. And just remember that Imbolc is the new beginnings, the change. You becoming a better you. You releasing all that does not serve, so that you can make way for the new. I hope that you have found this video very interesting. I hope that it's helped you to understand and to get a bit more of a picture of what Brigid is about. She's an absolutely amazing goddess to work with, and she is one of my main goddesses. My main one is Freya. Then I have beautiful Brigid. I do have Hecate as well. I obviously have CANNANOS and I have Odin, but obviously in this season I only call really upon Brigid and CANNANOS, and obviously I have had Freya in this ritual as well, because she is associated with nature and things, and she is my main goddess, and I had her there to represent other things and energies that I needed. I think that this time of the year is a very special time to sit there and be happy for what you have, and be excited for what is coming forward to you. I have noticed so many times that so many people become very jumbled and not quite understanding of what the craft is and why we celebrate the seasons, and that the seasons are very secret and special to us and are the very elements that connect us to our world, to our universe, and to everything that we are. So it's important to represent our seasons in that. And as I've said to you many times, you don't have to be a witch or a form of spiritual practitioner to craft magic, to show love and respect. It comes from the heart. We just happen to have been born this way or been created into this way. And we find a deeper and bigger connection, which is the reason for us being who we are. I always like this time of year because it brings in spring, autumn, and all these sorts of beautiful seasons. The summer, everything starts to open, to flourish. All those beautiful colours and all those new beginnings and changes are starting to form and come before us. We're already probably having experiences of new desires and new changes. I know that in myself I have. For the last couple of days, my spirit energies that I work with and deities have been constantly giving me umpteen pieces of information of things they think I need to be doing for the Witchy 101 show with my sisters Drew and Mystical, and stuff to do with my home and doing my den, bringing stuff into my faith as a witch because I'm trying to open a witchy shop, as well as still trying to educate people in other ways as well through my channel. Because obviously we have the Witchy 101 show, which is education for witches going from the beginning all the way through to now. But I also still want to be incorporating my own work and information about witchcraft and all of the things that are associated with it on my channel as well. So that's what this video today is for my channel and for people to be able to watch. This will be in my playlist, which is my witch educational shows on my playlist. You can click on there and there are umpteen videos and many different informative shows on there that you can watch, as long with Witchy 101 and Witchy 102. Witchy 102 is the carry on and sister of Witchy 101. So Witchy 101 for us is our main show category, and this is where we do our education and we learn and train people to work in the craft safely. And Witchy 102 we decided to bring forward so that we could have the more together conversations with them, asking about their homeworks and other things they may be working on. It was also going to be a playlist that we could also put some of our pre-recorded videos of educational things that's associated with things like your witchcraft and your shamanism and all that sort of thing. So just embrace the Imbolc, guys. Don't be scared to ask out for Bridget to help you to release your bad stuff and the things that don't serve you, and asking her to come in and help you, to uplift you, give you new change, new beginnings and new insight. She'll very much be happy to work with you. Just remember to leave her a lovely offering out so that she is felt to be and respected. Okay, you can look up things online and in places so that you can understand and see what sort of things Bridget would like. She most definitely loves the snowdrops. You can put the Imbolc herbs, you can buy them made, or you can make them yourself and put them onto her altar. You can find her favorite incense scents and smells and bring them in, obviously putting offerings of water and food and dairy products, because she's very much about the dairy products, putting them onto the altars along with her statues and maybe her favorite crystals and other crystals, and just all your usual things like your elements and other deities that you may be working with as well for other uses in that ritual spell working or craft. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope that you have found it informative and it's helped you to understand what our beautiful season and celebration of Imbolc is, and why our beautiful goddess Brigid and our beautiful god CANNANOS is very, very important in this season. They are very much the carriers of new beginnings and growth and change, and helping us to reach our full potentials. So work with them. Have them show you those ways, but remember to be respectful and to never want too much. Always remember to only ask for what you know that you can give back, in one way by giving offering, going and showing appreciation to nature and things as well. All these things are really good. I will normally do my associations on my altar. Sometimes I will then go to the woods and put water and put maybe some of the embolic herbs down there and thank the trees and the energies for blessing me and for giving them the love and the excitement of their rebirths and them coming back to give us many more amazing ways in life. So there are many aspects, and as I've always said to you, your magic is your own and your practice is your own. Whatever you feel incorporates into doing your seasonal celebrations and ways that you want in your hours is really up to you guys. Just remember to incorporate in each season the actual energies that represent it and some of the things that they like. So again, I hope that it was informative, that it's helped you to understand the embolic and our beautiful god and goddess Brigid and CANNANOS and what the embolic represents and why it's so special. And I've enjoyed doing this educational show, and I will be back with more very soon, talking about the Fae and dragons. So I hope that you're going to tune in, and thank you for watching and listening. I send you many love, light, blessings, and positive energy. And I bid you a merry parting, and I will see you all very, very soon for the next shows. Please don't forget to like and support myself, my sisters, my brothers, my pups, and other people, which I have mentioned in one of my previous videos. So until then, merry parting, and thank you for watching. And myself, Willow, and the embolic energies gives you blessings.